Al Gore is starting to look less like an expert and more like a radical zealot. Scientists look at the real world and work carefully to reach a conclusion that fits. Fanatics work backwards, they take an assumption that they want desperately to be true, and force it on top of reality like hammering a square peg into a round hole. That's exactly what the failed presidential candidate seems to be doing, after he bent over backwards to explain that freezing temperatures in the U.S. are proof that, the world is overheating. As much of the country battles bitter cold weather and temperatures in the negative range, Al Gore used Twitter to spread his twisted brand of circular reasoning. It's bitter cold in parts of the U.S., but climate scientist Dr. Michael Mann explains that's exactly what we should expect from the climate crisis, the politician-turned-guru declared. In other words, freezing cold is just part of the planet overheating. Now, stop asking questions. Climate crisis, of course, is a term that's being used as a substitute for global warming, which fell out of favor as a talking point with people more worried about freezing to death. Make no mistake, global warming is still what Gore is peddling, no matter the label. For instance, the former vice president famously predicted that global warming would cause the Arctic ice cap to melt, with a due date of several years ago. It didn't happen. Updated data from NASA's satellite instruments reveal the Earth's polar ice caps have not receded at all since the satellite instruments began measuring the ice caps in 1979, Forbes magazine reported in 2015. Ice growth during November 2017 averaged 30,900 square miles per day, the National Snow and Ice Data Center stated earlier this month. It would be one thing if global warming zealots like Al Gore admitted that they came to the wrong conclusions, and updated their models and predictions to match reality, like actual scientists do. Instead, leftists are engaging in the exact same broken logic they claim to despise. The crowd constantly lectures people that weather is not climate, and a short-term spell is not the same as a long-term trend. That's what they did after Donald Trump posted a tongue-in-cheek takedown of global warming. The president humorously pointed out that the East Coast was facing near-record low temperatures over New Year's Day, while liberals smugly scolded him that weather isn't climate. Yet magically, when Al Gore needs it to make his case, it suddenly is. Gore simply flipped the same argument, and pointed at the recent cold snap as evidence of Earth-threatening climate change. Media outlets frequently do the same thing, use heat waves in the summer to whip up doom and gloom articles about global warming, while suddenly forgetting about the connection when icy winter weather shows up. Here's a thought: maybe we don't actually know enough about millennia-long climate patterns to predict the future. Maybe we should keep digging and asking questions, and not treat people who have healthy skepticism as some sort of Inquisition-era heretics to be burned at the stake. That would never sell documentaries, though. Inconvenient truth, indeed. Source: The Daily Wire.